Mesmerising in the Champions League on Wednesday. Now it was back to that chase for the Premiership title away to Newcastle in this evening's match. Newcastle, who could go top, were without the injured Craig Bellamy. Amiobi came into the side. Thierry Henry was missing from the Arsenal team, so Wiltord partnered Bergkamp up front. Guy Mowbray was there.
It's a classic clash of north and south. Two title-chasing teams who can seem to do little wrong of late. Newcastle have the summit in sight. They're bidding for a fifth successive Premiership win against an Arsenal team who haven't lost in any competition since the last time these two went head-to-head some 15 games ago. And as always at St James's Park, the atmosphere is absolutely electric. Of course, Davizas, a generous round of applause despite the rather ungamely punt up in the sky. Hero status forever on Tyneside after his winning goal in the Tyne-Wear derby at the Stadium of Light last weekend. Dixon is actually making his first start for Arsenal since the last time they were here at the tail end of last season. Injury problems limiting the veterans' appearances this season. Excellent work from Robert Pires in such good form of late, and within the first minute he forces the first corner for Arsenal. Distan. Amiobi sees the chance to maybe feed Shearer, that's where it's headed. And Arsenal had cover in the shape of Oleg Luzhny. You thought Bobby Robson was the elder statesman of St James's Park. George Harrison will be 100 on Monday. He's the guest of honour today. And he was here the last time Newcastle won the league championship back in 1927. Robert, excellent movement again from Jermaine Jenas. He wriggles away from a couple of challenges. Now Vieira exacts revenge. This is Bergkamp. Pires. Arsenal do have men moving forward, Bergkamp and Lauren. This is Bergkamp. Oh, wonderful skill from Dennis Bergkamp! What a superb goal! At a time when Ruud van Nistelrooy is grabbing the goal-scoring headlines in the Premiership, Dennis Bergkamp proves that he's still the original Dutch master. Robben trying to skip past Lauren, found his route impeded. And Newcastle will throw the likes of O'Brien and Davizas forward. Lauren's been told to retreat meantime by referee Barry. He feels he wants another man in the wall. David Seaman hasn't deployed anybody yet. It's Roberta drifted in. Comes to Solano, couldn't control it. Second stab for the Peruvian! And it's the side netting. Didn't control the first attempt, Nobby Solano. As a result, he was just forced a little too wide. Has helped himself to 10 goals this season. Jenas, held off Vieira. Solano. Robert's breaking into the box, Solano tests Seaman! And arriving in the nick of time was Lee Dixon to deny any sniff of a chance for Laurent Robert. Wonderful effort from Norberto Solano. Robert's corner, Seaman's there again, and it's right across the face of goal. Newcastle trying to build a spell of pressure again. Pires having difficulty clearing. Now it's Lauren. Bergkamp took a high challenge from Nicolas Davizas. In the last 5 minutes of the first half, and an Arsenal free kick, which Patrick Vieira is moving into the area for. Bergkamp to take. Useful delivery, and it's there! 2-0 Arsenal. Sol Campbell stealing in round the back. In it came from Bergkamp, scored one, made one for the Dutchman. There was a queue forming, and Campbell just snuck in around the front of Nikos Dabizas to head his second Arsenal goal. Distant. It's Robert. Handball appeals against Stepanovs. Well, there certainly looked to be contact with the arm. He was under significant pressure from Abiobi. This is Wiltor. Pires to the left. Bergkamp way over to the right. Still demanding it. Lauren's arriving now as well. Bergkamp looks for him. This is Lauren, and that's just wide. Good use of the body by Robert. This is Jenas. Always rising off his right boot, but he hit it clean and true. Good work from Robert. Amiobi saw his young England colleague streaking towards the edge of the area. Crosses in towards Shearer. Seaman down smartly. Direct duel between the old England colleagues. Just about Shearer's first snip. It was only a half chance, but it brought a wonderful save. Vieira's header. Will towards Flick. This is Jenas. And he's decided to go all the way back to Shea Given. Newcastle United's fans haven't seen them lose at St James's Park in 2002 yet. Pires, ricocheted off the shin of Aaron Hughes. Shea Givens asking for the back pass. His clearance has gone straight to Oleg Luzhny. Luzhny's on a bit of a charge here, and he'll keep going. And still Luzhny. Luzhny! Wonderful tip round the post by Given. Well, that would have been some collector's item. Oleg Luzhny had made his mind if he wasn't going to stop until at least he got a shot in. Yet to score for Arsenal. High one. Almost hung for Campbell. Pires comes in, took a deflection, came off Campbell in fact, and only just wide. Shea Given was stranded. Hung for a long, long time. Who again will build from deep. He's just moved back into the midfield since Carl Court's arrival. This is Court. Now it's Robert. Robert with the effort, parried by Seaman, offside flags raised. Wouldn't have mattered. Loa down in the area. And despite Newcastle appealing for the corner, they have now seen that the flag was up anyway. And you can see it was a good decision. The end of Newcastle's spell of 4 successive Premiership wins. The first defeat in 7 games in any competition. Arsenal's run continues. They're now 16 games unbeaten, with maybe more to come before full time tonight. It's Pires to Kanu. Trying to get past his man, and still Kanu. Struggling for O'Brien, but not Solano. And as Kanu takes it into the corner, it's full time and 2-0 to the Arsenal in the battle of the title contenders. Newcastle's challenge is far from over, but it's still Arsene Wenger's side who looks most likely, if anyone, is to finally wrestle the crown away from Manchester United. It's finished Newcastle United 0, Arsenal 2.
You know, like Bergkamp was a clever player. I mean, it's a great flick, and then he went round the other side of Dabizas and he put it back in the net. He's a clever player. You've got to give credit in those certain situations. It was fantastic skill, and he's a great player.
It's a Dennis Bergkamp goal. I said today, once you will put all the goals together he has scored in his career, it will look fantastic, because he scored only great goals and a lot.
You know what space you want to be to score a goal. So yeah, it worked out well. So I was happy with that.
You scored a good one on Wednesday night. Was this one even better, do you think?
Well, I think a little bit more important, because it was the first goal and away from home. So yeah, it was overall a good goal, I thought.
Great win for Arsenal, Andy. It was a bit like their success on Wednesday night, wasn't it? Similar sort of performance. They didn't have all the possession.
No, Newcastle certainly had their moments in the game, enjoyed a lot of possession, but Arsenal in the last third there's a devastating. And once they got into their stride and really went at Newcastle, you could only ever see there being one winner.
And that was another wonder goal.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, absolutely fantastic goal. He starts it here deep in his own half, switches play out to Pires and then keeps going. And you'll see him at the bottom of the screen. Watch Bergkamp at the bottom of the screen. He is actually surrounded by Newcastle players. They should deal with him a bit better than they do. They have enough bodies back there, but they don't see him off. Pires, who's passing, has been wonderful recently, finds him and he pirouettes around Davi's ass, and it's an exquisite finish. Now, Ali, I don't know, does he mean this?
Well, I tell you what, I would hate to do him a misservice, Andy.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he does mean it, but he's let's be honest about it. You're not wanting a free kick there, are you? Surely.
Well, no bigger fan, but is that part of the rules now, that you can push the defender in the face?
I think he was just using his strength to hold him off.
Really?
I mean, defenders do it all the time to forwards, so a little bit of...
It was a great goal.
Wonderful
anyway.
goal. Wonderful.
But Arsenal were brilliant at getting forward, you know, in numbers, fast, weren't they?
And if you remember the game back at Highbury, Newcastle did that to them when they won at Highbury, you know, a few months ago. They bombed people forward, and Arsenal did exactly the same to, to Newcastle today. Without Dyer and Bellamy, not quite so much punch behind the Newcastle attack. But look at the Arsenal players here in the picture. Loads of them defending the edge of their own area. All of a sudden, you'll see the ball transferred forward, and they're springing out. Wiltord putting pressure on the ball. There's Bergkamp as well. Perhaps not the best defending by the Newcastle lads, but I tell you what, credit Arsenal, because they are surging players forward. Here's Pires on the outside. Wiltord now has options. Bergkamp at the top of the screen. And watch this for another great pass into Lauren, who's bombed forward to make the ground up. Very nearly another classic counter-attacking goal.
I thought Arsenal did really counter-attack very well, but I thought, to be fair, that was at the end of the game and Newcastle were pushing forward a little bit.
And like also in the match we've just seen, Lee Dixon had another terrific game in defence for...
I thought it was superb, Andy. They really did as well. I mean, I thought on Wednesday night against Leverkusen, there was one or two incidents where he just didn't really look at home with Seaman. But I tell you what, today I thought, you know, I think he's 38 years of age, that's a great header.
And this was the early moments of the game when Newcastle were enjoying a lot of possession. And again, you can see him at the bottom of the screen there, Lee Dixon. Watch him. Concentration levels brilliant. David Seaman should hold that, but that's a fantastic last-ditch tackle again. Kept him in the game.
And to be fair to Seaman, I think he appreciates that, and that's why he's
Thank you, gentlemen. One little thing on the back of one of the... That's tabloid speak for Newcastle United might sign Phillips from Sunderland. Toon, 12 million, Kev Raid sensation.
Luzhny, Henry. And he's got away from a grounded Barton. It deflected off Higginbottom, and that was a wonderful save from Oakes. And he's got Morris out to his left and two ahead of him, Kinkladze. He's used Morris. And Christie makes his run, it's Malcolm Christie! And Luzhny does enough to put Branko Strupar off. Here's Henry. Around Zavagno, away from Bertin. Looking for Sylvain Wiltord. And a fine save again by Oakes. It was directly at him, but there was plenty of power to deal with there. And the goalkeeper equal to the forceful shot. Here's Wiltord putting Bergkamp through. Henry, oh! The sort of chance that 9 times out of 10 you would have expected him to tuck away with his eyes closed. Easily the best opening on the night so far. It was put on a plate for him by Bergkamp, and you don't usually see Thierry Henry squander those. Although one does remember an horrendous miss of his against Southampton once before.
This time only the goalkeeper to beat, and he couldn't beat him. Lauren, Henry. A play by Thierry Henry. Oh, Parla! And he goes in again. Well, there's never any holding back from Ray Parla, who felt it was there to go for, even though the goalkeeper did seem to be firmly in control of that. But Henry, so unlucky, bearing down on the Derby defence, got his shot away well, and it rattled the post. Oakes could do nothing about the initial effort. Grateful to see it come back to him off Parla. Bergkamp, and he sent Pires through here! Goal for Arsenal on a night when it looked as though it might never come. Bergkamp, who's been so crucial in scoring them lately, put this one on a plate for Pires. 11 goals now this season for him, and a man who scored in a victory for Arsenal at Derby last April puts Derby to the sword again here.